Imagine you had 10 million in the bank. Let's just think about that for a second, okay? How great would that be? So let's say a year ago you had $10 million in the bank. Well, at 8.5% inflation, it means that you lost $850,000 of the value of that money in just 1 year, which means the effective balance in regards to purchasing power in your bank is now $9,150,000. Now, let's say, and I'm not saying that there's going to be another 2 years in a row of 8.5%, but we are going to have some inflation for sure. But let's say it was 8.5%. Your $9,150,000 gets reduced by $770,000, and you are now left with $8.3 million. That means the hole in the bucket. You have $10 million in the bank. 2 years later, you've lost $1,627,000 by stuffing it in your mattress or having it in a bank. And that's why we can't safety our way to success during a recession. We can't safety our way, our peace of mind with just I'm going to do the safest thing so I don't lose it. The problem is, if you hold on to it, you will lose it. And so we have to do something with the money. There's a hole in the bucket, and the hole is called inflation. And it is the single greatest threat to wealth. It is the single greatest threat to economic security. And so just having cash. And I'm married to somebody who, my bride, I'll be candid with you, she's an extremely intelligent, brilliant woman. I mean, way beyond. I'm 32 years with this lady. I know her 36 years, and she's so far beyond me. I'm still every day marketing and selling myself so she'll keep me around. But when it comes to economics, we'll sit down and we have our regular scheduled meetings, and we go over the calendar, and we go over goals, and we go over all these different things, and we go over finances. The only thing she really resonates is how much money we have in the bank. How much would we have in stocks? She views the stock market kind of like, well, it could be here today and gone tomorrow. Real estate, she understands and she feels comfortable about her own home. But when we own buildings that are given 8% cap rates and doing this, and we've got cash flows of $60,000 a month or whatever, it just doesn't do much for her. She's happy that I do it. She's very thankful I do it. She wants me to eat vegetables so that I can stay around longer. She's just not that interested. And I don't think that's too untypical in a lot of ways. However, I will say this, no matter whatever your level of financial acuity is, you have to get in the game and understand that inflation means the money you have, the cash in your wallet, the cash in your bank, in a safe deposit box, wherever the heck you have it, is worth less every year that goes by. A great example of this. Now, the year 2000 is not ancient history. $100 in 2000 has $61 worth of purchasing power today. And by the way, this is where people talk about, I should just put my money in gold. I encourage you to look up a Warren Buffett video on YouTube where he talks about $10,000 invested in a index fund in the 1940s, and how that today would be worth $51 million. With no change in anything, just buy the index fund, forget you own it, and in whatever it was, 70-some years, it was worth $51 million. He also talks about the same amount of gold. If you bought $10,000 worth of gold in the 1940s, it was 300 ounces. Today, we'd be worth $400,000. So people do that to be safe, to be safe, to be safe. Right now, and I'm going to say this out loud, people are trying to use cryptocurrency as a way to hedge against inflation. So I'm afraid of losing 8%, so I bought cryptocurrency, which just lost 70% of its value. Or in some cases, recently, 100% of its value, because I'm trying to make sure my dollars are not losing money. So that is not the way to go, which is why you're going to get to speak to my guy today.